Make contact. A collective psychosis is sweeping the nation. We're in the thick of the haze craze, and Elysian is introducing an altered state of IPA. Contact Haze is a tangled chemistry of mild haze, low bitterness, and an explosion of hop aroma. This hazy IPA bursts with notes of bright raspberry, currant, citrus, guava, and passion fruit. Available in 6-pack cans in stores and in all Seattle Elysian locations. Make contact. Must be 21. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. We got our loud and local band of the week. This week, it's Wimps. Our loud and local band of the week, Wimps. You want to find out where they're playing, how you can get their music, just go to the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com.
I love in their bio they talk about their record Garbage People, and it says it finds Wimps taking sonic leaps forward, like saxophone, keyboard, and just enough cowbell.
Nice.
So you can check them out on March 1st. They're going to be over at the Southgate Roller Rink.
And if you're loving local music, don't forget Sunday nights, 10 o'clock. It's loud and local. 2 solid hours of all the great Pacific Northwest music you can get your hands on, including bands like Wimps.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy No Pants Weekend coming up for you, buddy.
Hell yeah.
It's a blast from the past as Rev will not be social and not wear any pants.
I know, and I can't do it until after a guy shows up and works on my chimney today.
Oh, is that some kind of euphemism?
Yeah, no, really? It's not. It's the actual chimney.
Weekend,
so I got to keep my pants on at least for the first couple hours
Dear
of the day.
Back page, would anybody like to work on my chimney?
Just call me Santa.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Now you made it weird.
Sorry.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got Alex in Bellevue. Alex, are you there?
Yep.
Excellent. What's he playing for today, Steve?
SmackDown tickets. Check out the WWE coming to town to Everett at the Angel of the Winds Arena in a couple of weeks on Tuesday, February 5th. Plus, you'll be entered for a chance to win the WWE Survivor Series 2018 chair. Go to KISW.com for all the details. You can get tickets at Ticketmaster.com. And speaking of the WWE, big weekend this Sunday, it's the Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble!
Okay, let's go. All right.
All right, Steve, get out of here. Get out! For those playing at home, Alex will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Alex, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather are all fairies in what Disney movie?
Pass.
Who took 18 days to write the Declaration of Independence?
Thomas Jefferson.
Yes. What type of insect is a weevil?
A beetle.
Yes. Who played the role of A.C. Slater in Saved by the Bell?
Mario Van Peebles.
No.
Pass.
An omniscient person has unlimited what?
Repeat that.
An omniscient person has unlimited what?
Pass.
What country does cafe au lait originate from?
Spain.
No.
Mexico.
No.
France.
Yes.
Nice.
What science fiction author founded the Church of Scientology in 1953?
L. Ron Hubbard.
Yes. What two numbers are used in the binary system?
1 and 2.
No.
0 and 1.
Yes. What Sioux tribe did Sitting Bull belong to?
Cherokee.
No.
Apache.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct.
Ooh, man, these were tough questions. I don't think
I made him tough. I made him tough. I
Yeah.
figured that Steve would do really bad on this one. I'm really hoping.
I don't think I would do better than 5 myself.
Really?
Yeah, that was some tough ones.
I'm trying to get the ones that I'm pretty sure Steve doesn't know, but at the same point, he pulls them out sometimes, man.
Yeah, he does.
Only
We'll
when
see.
I'm home, man. Gosh.
Working on his chimney.
Okay. Stop talking about the chimney talk, making it strange. Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather are all fairies in what Disney movie?
The Sleeping Beauty?
Yes.
Wow.
Who took 18 days to write the Declaration of Independence?
Thomas Jefferson.
Yes. What type of insect is a weevil?
A bug.
No.
Yeah.
Caterpillar.
No.
That's ant.
No. Who played the role of A.C. Slater on Saved by the Bell?
Mario Lopez.
Yes. An omniscient person has unlimited what?
Memory.
No.
Vision.
No.
Bladder.
No. What country does cafe au lait originate from?
Greece.
No.
Italy.
No.
France.
Yes. Wow. What science fiction author founded the Church of Scientology in 1953?
L. Ron Hubbard.
Yes.
Yeah.
What two numbers are used in the binary system?
2 and 3.
No.
1 and 3.
No.
0 and 1.
Yes.
Jeez.
What Sioux tribe did Sitting Bull belong to?
I don't know. The Braves.
No. 1, 2, 3,
Braves.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Steve, you win
Oh.
6 to 5.
Sorry about that, Alex. So close, man.
so close.
Oh, thanks for playing, buddy.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but Sitting Bull he had one of the best fastballs in baseball, which is why a great player for the Braves.
Back in the day with Dale Murphy.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, Dale Murphy. I haven't heard that name in forever.
I don't know about you guys. Growing up, obviously you had your home team that you would root for, but everybody had was a TBS.
Absolutely. And that's the only reason why I'd watch those baseball games.
Right, because I mean, obviously wrestling fans, 6:05 on Saturdays, you watch wrestling, but also as a baseball kid, and I always enjoyed watching baseball, the Atlanta Braves became my second favorite team,
And you had to sit through some horrible years with them. They stunk for so long.
but they had Dale Murphy.
Yeah.
And that
Dale
guy, what was he,
Murphy.
number 3? If I remember correctly?
that you would know better than me.
Whenever we play wiffle ball, I'd always, someone like, we'd all pretend to be a certain player, and I was always pretending to be Dale Murphy.
See, I'd always pretend to be Will Clark, and I have no idea why I liked Will Clark. It was one of the first baseball cards that I had that I think that was worth more than 15 cents, and he was just the first baseman for the Giants, and beyond that, I didn't know anything, and that was one of my favorite players.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is, Dale Murphy, number 3.
Good job, buddy.
Wow, good memory.
I even had a Braves hat.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right. That's stupid.
He was born in Portland.
What?
He was born in Portland.
Well, no
pretty
wonder.
cool.
See, Steve, you knew. Pacific Northwest connection.
I wonder if he's living in Portland now. I could be on a quest to meet Dale Murphy.
I'll tell you right now, anybody that leaves the Pacific Northwest for business, they pine to come back. I mean, whenever we talk to William Shatner, because of course he's originally from Canada, loves this part of the world. Like he's just like, every time he's like, I love talking to you guys because I love the Pacific Northwest. It's beautiful, just beautiful.
There's a lot of former WHL players that after they finish, if they go on to go into the NHL, a few of them eventually, like Jamie Huskoff's a great example, that played with the T-Birds. Turner Stevenson also played with the T-Birds, went on to win Stanley Cups with the New Jersey Devils, but when their career ends, a lot of them, they met their significant other while they were playing in the juniors here, so they make their way.
Come back home.
This becomes home, even if they're from Canada, this becomes home.
Nice. Well, this was all tied into which Sioux tribe that Sitting Bull belonged to. Does anybody know?
I have no clue.
The Lakota.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
And that was just one that I knew that Steve wouldn't know, and maybe the listener might have figured out.
I thought the Sioux was just a tribe. I didn't know they had like factions.
a whole bunch of them, yeah.
Yeah, I was completely clueless to
And
that.
I already tapped the well of ridiculously lucky guesses in this game.
Yeah, I couldn't believe you got a Disney movie.
I was just saying a Disney movie.
Dude, I was trying to think of Disney movies that I haven't seen or don't know, because I knew it wasn't from anything I know, and I still didn't get Sleeping Beauty. Friggin' Steve.
I just thought which one probably has a lot of chicks in it. It's Sleeping Beauty.
All right, good job.
Good job, man. The type of insect that a weevil is a beetle. That was one that Alex got correct.
That's what I was trying to think of. That's when I was farting. I couldn't
He's
think of it.
he's the fifth beetle, actually. You got John Paul, Ringo.
Okay, and weevil. Yeah.
Sorry.
The last one, omniscient, is a person who has unlimited knowledge. Power is omnipotent. Oh, yeah.
Unlimited knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So,
isn't that like memory?
Can I ask a question? Is there anybody living that's considered omniscient?
No, it would still be like God status. Ken Jennings is pretty close.
See, when you said person, that's why I was like thrown off. It's like a person's a real person, whereas a being, if you said if a being's omniscient, I would have gone for knowledge. But I thought maybe person was like there's somebody who really has omniscient abilities, but there really isn't. Right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay, no, I was wondering.
Okay, it's just, I guess the wording, just confused you.
Well, I wasn't sure. Or maybe there is a person that people consider omniscient. We don't know, like a Ken Jennings. I have no idea.
Yeah, he's just a human robot.
Alex Trebek, maybe. I don't know.
Speaking of Ken Jennings, how did your little appearance with with Doug Loves Movies go on over the weekend?
Well, Ken Jennings did not show up.
Oh, yes,
so
you had a chance.
So I did not. I still didn't win.
Who'd you lose to?
I lost to Nikki Glazer. You may know her from At Midnight. She's had a couple of shows, TV shows on like Comedy Central and stuff, and she is awesome.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
She's a good-looking lady.
She is fantastic looking and wonderful in person.
Is she related to Paul Michael Glazer in any way?
I don't know who that is. I have no idea who you're talking
Hutch.
about. Hutch?
Starsky and Hutch? You don't know Starsky and Hutch?
No.
Oh, damn.
No.
She's the daughter of Edward Glazer.
Oh, Edward. He was Hooch.
Oh, okay.
Starsky, Hutch, and Hooch. That was another show that didn't last long.
No, it was her and her opener, Andrew Collin, and I did well, but unfortunately during one of the games, it turns out that I don't know very many Brittany Murphy movies, and Nikki knew a ton of them. So it was guessing movies from her, Jeff Goldblum, and then Leslie Mann.
Is Boogie Nights in it? Brittany Murphy? No. 8 Mile.
Yes, 8 Mile was one of them, and I had no idea.
That's all I
Uptown
got.
Girl, Clueless.
Yeah, she was in Clueless. I had no idea. I was clueless on that.
8 Mile is the only one I know, but I love Brittany Murphy.
Yeah.
Like I always had a little bit of a crush on her.
So I was going with a lot of Jeff Goldblum movies. Unfortunately, I ran out of them, and she had just a gigantic well of Brittany Murphy movies to go from.
So you got crushed.
I did get crushed. It was great, though, because the guy that I played for, because you pick a sign out of the audience, he actually had me as the Terminator, so I totally picked that one.
Oh, that guy's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Plus,
Were you the Turdinator?
that would have been fantastic. I wasn't.
Your toilet paper. Give it to me now.
But it would have been perfect.
Get to the cropper.
But
we could do this all day.
I know, right? The end. At the end, there's a couple people. If you don't win, they'll say that Doug will say somebody is an S head.
Yes.
And at the end of that one, the shout out was for our old intern Andrew. Is an S head.
Oh.
So he gets a shout out at the end because the guy who made the sign knew of old Hodor there and made it happen.
Andrew was an S head, so I think
So over and all, it was a great time. I love the Tacoma Comedy Club and had so much fun down there.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, because seeing Doug live doing that is so much fun.
It is. It's a hoot. By the way, Steve, congratulations. You won with 6 correct.
Yeah. Woo! That means call number 6. Guess what you're doing? You're going to WWE SmackDown live at the Angel of the Winds Arena on February 5th. Plus, you have a shot at winning a WWE Survivor Series 2018 chair. Caller number 6, 206-421-ROCK. That's caller number 6 at 206-421-ROCK. Also, that number, if you don't get through and win the prize, maybe you want to just hang out and talk because it's listeners on the loose time. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. Your calls and texts at 917.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. Brought to you by the Seattle Boat Show. Listeners on the loose, you pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. Whatever it is you want to talk about, man, it is up for grabs. You get to take control of this fine program, but Steve does have a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ, and that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to go. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
Steve already has a gong under his belt today.
One gong in.
Yeah, he's the gonging judge.
Looking for two.
That's right. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Daylin. Daylin, you are on the rock.
Daylin.
Hi, actually, it's Jalen, but that's cool.
Oh, hey, Jaylin. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
That's right. All right.
So,
I'm the one with the hearing
you know,
problem, apparently.
It's okay. You know, when you guys were talking earlier about, like, hey, doing weird stuff with your parents?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a story about my sister and my dad and my stepmom. So my sister smoked pot when she was in high school. And she would, you know the little light switch where you go in your room and you turn on the light switch? That's where she stored her pot to hide it from her parents.
So what, did she take did she take the plate off and put it behind the plate?
Yes.
Jeez, how dangerous is that? You got a flammable substance you're putting in a light switch with his wires. Good for her.
Seems about right. A teenager.
Yeah, that's all. She's so. Why is our house on fire? But it smells amazing, dude.
But anyway, so my stepmother went into her room to go paint her room, and so she took the light switch off and she found the pot, and she went up to my dad and she's like, Bill, what is this? Oh, look what I found in Mandy's room. What are we going to do with it? And she looks at her and goes, smoke it.
Perfect. Good old dad. Well, you know then you know the tree that apple fell from.
Yep.
You're like, oh, that's mold. Let me take that.
So
that is awesome. All right, that's got to be a fun story that probably gets dragged out every holiday. So you know what Mandy had over there?
Yeah, what do you do when you're a kid? You can't be like, hey, what happened to my weed that I was hiding from you guys?
Yeah.
You just have to chalk it up to crap. They found it, but they're not saying anything. I'm just going to have to accept that it's a loss.
And boy, Dad's a lot more chill these days.
Yeah, exactly. He keeps eating everything in the freezer.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Robert in Olympia. Robert, you are on the rock.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, Robert? What you got for us, buddy?
Hey, so have you guys seen the new trailer for the Spider-Man Far From Home?
Well, we are kind of geeky, some of us around here, so the answer would be yes for most of us, not Steve.
Of course. So do you guys think that it is after Avengers Endgame, or if they're going to try and put it somewhere in before? Because I thought it was kind of a bad play that they showed that trailer before everybody got a chance to see Endgame. What do you think?
You know, Robert, I'll tell you, everyone is debating over this, and I just think it's really, kind of dumb. I feel like it's probably going to be after. I'm mad at Hollywood because they spoil so much in teasers now, and I've actually on the podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation, I've gotten into many arguments with Rev and Vicky and Joey D's about movies that have come out previously where it's like, well, they just put this in the trailer, so I obviously know. My favorite is that you watch Star Wars Force Awakens, and, spoiler alert, when Finn and Poe escape from, the Imperial ship, they crash land, and the movie wants you to believe that Poe is dead. Mm-hmm. But you see in the trailers, Poe is leading a charge of X-Wings in a battle, hasn't happened yet, so you go, well, Poe's still got to be alive because that X-Wing battle hasn't happened yet, which they spoil in the trailer. And they do it all the time. I really believe that it takes place after. We know that a lot of those heroes are going to come back, and it is kind of dumb that they don't at least wait until the Avengers, second movie comes out before they start showing trailers for like Spider-Man and whoever else survives.
I mean, who am I to talk? I mean, I'm willing to accept that an 80-year-old Rocky Balboa could fight a guy who's in his prime in a boxing match, and it's believable. I mean, it's Hollywood. They just kind of suspend all reality.
Yeah.
It's comic books. It's about comic book characters. So there's even less of a care about the reality.
So, Robert, what's your take? Do you think it's future or it's past that we're going to be seeing Spider-Man Far From wherever the hell he is?
Home.
I think it's after because if you, kind of pause some of the scenes in it, you can see cranes up all over. And, when he's in the U.S., you can see cranes in the background distance. And then when he's off in Paris, you can see the cranes, too. So I think it's, after because they're trying to rebuild.
Yeah,
I've been told that it's right after.
That makes sense to me.
Do we really think though that all the Avengers are just done? Is everyone really thinking that this next movie? I mean, I'm not a huge.
They want you to think that, but who's thinking that?
But I'm not a super comic book guy, so I understand that maybe I'm a little out of the loop and maybe being ignorant. But I mean, do we really think that they're just killing off all these beloved comic book characters in the next movie?
Yeah, though. I think they want us to think that some may be dead for reals, like, or maybe they'll die when they're brought back. We don't know how it all ends up, but we know there's one beloved character that's dead because he died before the snap of the fingers happened. And I won't spoil that for anybody, but it happens really early in the Avengers movie, which sucks because I really love that character. So I hope some way he can come back, but everyone's saying he's not gonna.
I think there's like a TV show they might be doing of him.
Oh, I guess he will. Is it the prequel? Is it going to be before? Is it going to be the past?
I just heard that they wanted to do a TV show.
Dude, I will say this because Vicky just showed me a trailer because Seth Rogen is doing another comic book thing, but it's going to be on Amazon Prime.
Oh, great.
It's called The Boys. Mm-hmm. All I'm going to tell you is this.
Testicles?
Yeah.
I mean,
No. Well,
his testicles are superheroes?
No.
Like the Wonder Twins?
The Boys was a graphic novel by Garth Ennis, and Garth Ennis is the same guy that brought you Preacher. And I was lucky enough to actually meet Garth Ennis at a Comic-Con because he's this British writer who's just out of his mind. But imagine if you had Superman, Batman, all of these iconic heroes, and imagine if they really behaved like real people with that kind of power. They wouldn't be goody two-shoes. They would be probably the most perverted, twisted partiers you'd ever see. Mm-hmm. And this comic explores all of that.
Okay, so these are the people that don't have good intent, not maybe bad intentions, but the power.
They're just regular people,
right? Like if you gave me superpowers, I'd probably do a lot of stupid things with it.
Exactly,
but they're celebrities, so they have this image of holier than thou. Like we're here to save you and protect you. We're good, God-loving people, but behind closed doors, snorting cocaine, gangbangs, all that good stuff.
And of course, the relationship of like Batman and Robin, even though that's not Batman and Robin, but it's obvious these characters. Oh, this is the Batman guy, this is the Robin guy, and in the comic book, Garth is just like, oh yeah, these two are an item,
right?
It's like really, they explore all of that, and I'm looking forward to it. But I said to Vicky, I don't know how they're going to show half the stuff that graphic novel showed. It was ridiculously inappropriate.
I'm sure you can make the adjustments, water it down a little bit.
But I love that Seth Rogen, because we had him on the show, and he told us all of his dreams, and his two dreams were to put The Preacher and The Boys somehow on TV or in the movies, and Seth Rogen's made it happen.
So this is going to be a TV show or a made-to Amazon movie?
It looks like a TV series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on Amazon Prime, which I'm excited.
The main story is following around the guys that keep the superheroes in check. So it's this group called The Boys. And they're not nice, but they're keeping them in check with blackmail and fighting and all that good stuff. It's bloody.
Yeah, it's not your father's superhero story, that's for sure. Love it. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. You can text us at 77999.
Earlier we were talking about things that people have missed because we played that audio of The Price is Right, and they went to the woman that was the next contestant to come on down, and it turns out she was on the crapper or in the bathroom, so she missed out for a second.
That was really cool because the announcer really, I don't know if we have that audio available. We do. Because it was awesome how this went down.
Tara Armstrong, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Tara Armstrong, come on.
Where are you?
Where are you? Is she? She's in the bathroom.
I love that they kept it. They didn't edit that out for the show. It's too awesome not to keep.
I will tell you this, Steve. It just goes to show, I've been alive on the planet for so long. There is a time, I'm sure this has happened at least once before on The Price is Right, but you would never embarrass a woman like that to say that she was in the bathroom back when I was a younger person. So it would definitely have gotten cut years ago. But now it's funny TV. It's really interesting how our sensibilities have changed over the years.
The Grace, she walked out with toilet paper on her shoe.
Did you guys hear the crowd start chanting your name at the end?
Oh, no.
Could you imagine? Yeah, everyone started going, Tara, you're just in the bathroom.
Talk about shy bladder syndrome. I'd be like, I really can't go now.
That's a good point. Like, what if the bathroom's super close to where the actual studio is, and you hear them calling your name?
Oh, yeah.
But you're like, do I pinch this off, or what do I do in this situation?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Do you come running out and just accept the fact that Drew's going to look at you like you smell a little funny?
Yeah, that's a fact.
I think I would.
And then if you're not complete on your business, you're like, can we get this going, Drew?
Right, let me spin that damn wheel, Drew.
Let me just hurry up here, buddy, or otherwise the price is not
$1. $1, and I'll be right back.
Yeah. Damn.
Well, talking about that because things that people are chiming in about things that they missed while they were actually at the event. One person says, I missed a goalie fight between Portland and Seattle at a WHL game once. I was getting a beer. That sucks because it's not often that goalie fights.
Yeah, dude, that's rare.
Somebody missed an M's game. They missed a bench clearing brawl. My brother and I were just chatting. All of a sudden, there's a giant roar, and I look up, and the players are charging the mound.
And that's another rare thing. Like, you know, I mean, it happens in baseball, but how many times are you at a game where a brawl breaks out? I've never seen it, and I've gone to a ton of games.
And so I missed Ken Griffey Jr.'s return after he got injured and when he got a home run in his first hit.
Oh,
man, that stinks.
Yeah, that is tough, man. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Or your calls and texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
We got a weird text message. I'm curious to see what you guys' answers are. We have all the things that something brings up, but they wanted to know which serial killer fascinates you the most. Apparently, this person said, I'm a huge fan of all the serial killer shows and things like that. And I guess there's upcoming Conversations with a Killer, Ted Bundy tapes.
Yeah, that's one coming out. Netflix is doing. Everyone's talking about that. It is amazing to me. This is the thing about me. I love fantasy stuff, and I will watch all sorts of gory stuff, and I will see horrific things happen, like on Game of Thrones and shows like that. No problem with it. But when it comes to the real life stuff,
it's freaky.
I don't want any part of it. I don't have a favorite serial killer. I don't want to sound judgy. It just doesn't hit me the way it hits other people.
In all fairness, the guy didn't ask who's your favorite serial killer, like it's a baseball player. He said, which serial killer fascinates you the most?
The only reason it fascinates me the most is just because of the fact as soon as I moved here, I had no idea about Gary Ridgway.
Yep, that's the one for me.
And then everybody showed me his picture, and I'm like, gosh, I look just like the guy, and I'm trying to start a radio career in Seattle, and I look like the famous serial killer. This is horrible.
Yeah, for me, it's that one, just so I can better understand you. I'm just kidding.
See, I'm fascinated because you were adopted, and I kind of want you to do like some sort of test to see if you're related to him.
No.
Was BJ Ridgway?
Yeah, what if you guys are like cousins or even brothers?
Well, that's not going to be good for me. How is that going to be good on my resume of people loving me? If, hey, I'm related to the killer guy.
Well, the thing that fascinates me most about it is when he got busted, there were so many people at his work that said, oh, yeah, we're not surprised. His nickname among some of us in the office was Green River Gary. And so when you hear those kind of things, it'd be like, I'd really like to see a Netflix special or a movie or a documentary where they really go deep into that. But I'm with you, though. For the most part, I don't really find anything cool about serial killers. I know some people find it cool to, like, you know, kind of. They get something hip or I don't know what it is, but like
everyone's obsessed with them right now. All the documentaries about famous murders or any of that.
According to one texter, they removed the series with Ted Bundy. According to this one, I don't know if that's true.
Oh, I just saw a thing saying it was coming on, but maybe I read that wrong. I could have sworn I saw an advertisement for it today.
So he says, was it Gein or Gein? Ed Gein?
Ed Gein.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the guy who basically Norman Bates was based off of, and he would kill people, skin them, make lampshades out of them, make actual like furniture out of their bones and stuff like that.
It's funny you say it because the texter says every fictional serial killing character in Hollywood has borrowed from him in his real life.
Pretty much.
No movie is based on him. Missed opportunity.
There was one, I thought.
Opportunity, no.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that are actually based on Ed Gein, yeah.
What about you, Rev?
My favorite is actually...
Not favorite.
Oh, okay. The one that fascinates me is John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
It was
the clown, right?
Yeah. He was Pogo the Clown, which is really kind of strange that he would do these children's parties, and he was pretty involved in his community, and then he was going around murdering people.
The Zodiac Killer came in on the text line.
What fascinates me about some people, I don't know if sociopath is the right word, but whatever beings don't feel empathy, like they just don't have it in them. They don't even know what that is. Like you could be born and not feel badly about things that the average person would feel badly. Like if you fell down or something really bad happened in your life, Steve, you know, there'd be a part of me go, oh, that sucks, where they don't have that. It just doesn't register. That fascinates me that humans can come in wired that way.
Yeah.
It really does. That fascinates me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's funny though. The person brought up the Zodiac Killer. I remember when I was a kid, I was fascinated by the Zodiac Killer because it was crazy to the point where I remember I had my big death metal band growing up in high school was Elderly Destruction. I mean, our hit single, when I say hit single, our song that we played best was World in Destruction. Yeah. But our B-side, the song that I wrote, only song I ever written in my life.
Oh, really?
And it was called The Sign of Death, and it was a song about the Zodiac Killer.
You guys were a happy band, weren't you?
And the chorus, I'll never forget, The Sign of Death. Take your last breath.
No, that goes well.
Damn.
Yeah. That's the only song I've ever written in my life.
You know what, though? Think about what you've done lately.
Had cowbell in it, too.
Yeah. Dude, you're still that guy.
Cowbell.
What?
Well, you're still that guy. What's the name of Bruce Brody's latest album?
Everyone's Dead.
Yeah.
I didn't write that song.
Yeah, but still, it's just like it's like dead as you started being dead and you're still dead.
Still dead.
Yeah. Still dead.
Still dead.
For the person that said that they're not putting it out, everything says it's out.
It's out right now. Confessions of a Serial Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes, was released yesterday.
Yeah, someone says I just watched it yesterday.
Yeah.
Again, another texter that knows everything.
Bunch of liars.
Yeah. It's actually pretty cool because Netflix tweeted out from their UK and Ireland one, said, hey, maybe don't watch this alone.
Oh, well, that makes you kind of interested to watch it.
Exactly.
I'm not watching it.
Is anybody watching it? Because I really have no interest.
I'll probably watch it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, my wife and I love this sort of stuff.
I'm a scaredy cat. I'm not watching it.
I don't want to know about it. I mean, the thing is that somebody is obviously severely mentally disturbed, and when I think about like what would the life have been for that person if they got mental help right away, because we don't ever talk about it. I mean, the irony of them calling him Green River Gary because they were making fun of him because they thought he was the kind of guy that would be the Green River Killer, and he was. That's just eerie.
Yep.
You know, you're making fun of somebody going, hey, buddy, you're the kind of guy looks like you kill people. I am.
So he says I had a friend who used to work with Gary Ridgway. She said he was super creepy. Well, he was killing hookers. I mean,
yeah, I think you're spot on with that particular interpretation of that guy. Yeah. Oh, man.
It's funny, though. Jeffrey Dahmer, he ate the evidence. Jeez.
I saw a thing recently floating around Facebook, and I don't know if it's real or not, but it was like an interview with him, and he said that people who are tattooed taste the worst. So if you want to not be
That's why I have sleeves.
Yeah, that's why we have tattoos, so we don't get eaten by a cannibal.
Wow, okay, I guess I'm going to have to get a tattoo.
Yep.
So you taste worse.
Do it on your face.
Oh, great. Yeah, because again, that will not do anything to hurt my image of already looking like a serial killer. Getting a face tattoo will it'll improve my credibility.
It could be a rainbow or like a little bunny.
Right, the happy stuff on there.
Like, happy stuff.
A smiley face.
Yeah.
Right, on my forehead just says I'm happy.
I'm happy, yeah. That would never...
Please do it, please.
And like the Addams Family font or something.
Yeah, no one would ever think there was anything wrong with me. Let's go to Jeff in Des Moines. Jeff, you are on the rock.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Jeff. What you got for us, buddy?
Hey, I just want to go off of the last caller that...
Yeah, I agree with you.
Serial killer fascinates you.
You cut out. So we're talking about serial killers. What would you like to say?
Well, I just want to say that I actually started rooting for a fictional serial killer. I used to watch the show Dexter.
Yeah.
And you get into it, and you really start rooting for the guy because he's killing bad people, but you walk away from it thinking, I'm rooting for this guy that's murdering people, and it's good.
I know, dude. And Michael C. Hall played that role so well. That's why we're all so mad. I don't know how you felt about the ending of that series, but everybody hates the ending of that series because it's just... Yeah, it's not how Dexter would go out, and I was so bummed. Like, really? He's a lumberjack somewhere? That's what he ended up doing with his life? Come on.
He's got to make a living.
Yeah.
Yeah, you let us all down after all these seasons. Come on now.
I agree. I'm with you, Jeff. And were you like me? Were you happy, spoiler, when his girlfriend died? I never rooted for a killer, but John Lithgow did us all a favor because we all hated his girlfriend. God, she was such a whiner.
Yeah, but that really made me look at John Lithgow a different way, though.
Dude, I know. John Lithgow's portrait... to me, that's the best season of Dexter. And frankly, if you watch Dexter... don't watch all of it. Stop at the end of the Trinity Killer season, and you'll be a lot happier than a lot of us fans were, because it was probably the best season, and the rest of them just weren't as good. God, John Lithgow was amazing. John Lithgow made you believe, like, holy cow, I wonder if John Lithgow really is a killer. Like, it made you wonder, like, maybe this is who he really is, and he's been the happy Third Rock guy, but really he's a killer. Yeah, he was good. God, he was so good in that season.
One text says, my dad worked with Green River Gary. Had zero issue with his personality. Maybe that says more about my dad than anything, though. Ha ha.
Yeah, your dad. I bet this guy's dad.
Gary seems like a good dude. We went out for drinks and met women all the time.
Steve, you would say the same thing.
What?
I think you're the kind of guy that you really just go, I don't need to even be bothered with this person that much, as long as they don't bother me.
Yeah.
I feel like you could probably have serial killers around you, and you'd be like, I don't know, he seemed like he was an okay guy.
I mean, I work with one.
Man, Vicky is working on it. Okay. Oh, that was creepy.
Yep.
Next on Netflix.
So what's that, BJ? You talking about Rita? Burn in hell, BJ. LOL.
Oh, please. Everybody hated Rita. Honestly, I cheered. I cheered when all of a sudden it was like, yes, she's in a pool of her own blood. Oh, I hated her so much. When they brought her on the show, I was like, honestly, I would like to serial kill this woman. She's so bad.
Jeez, man.
Oh, a lot of Dexter fans agree with me that Rita was a pain in the ass. It's like he was better when he was on his own. Just
Green River BJ over here, right?
No, I didn't do it. John Lithgow did it for us.
Yeah.
We were all champion. No. All right, here's a question for you. What do Ryan Castle and an all-nighter have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:52 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. He's the drunk in charge. Now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and an all-nighter have in common?
Trucker speed. Lots and lots of trucker speed.
That's it, buddy. Trucker speed. Mm-hmm. Trucker speed.
Where do you think I get all of this?
Mm-hmm. Somebody proclaims it cocaine.
Energy from and my sveltness.
Is there a thing called trucker speed?
Yeah.
Isn't that just coffee or some sort of like energy drink?
Meth?
Well, it was, we used to call them cross tops when I was growing up.
Oh.
What the hell's a cross top?
No, it's like caffeine pills.
Yeah.
It's speed.
Yeah.
It's speed.
Yeah.
It's straight up. It's
like
just
Vibrant?
Speed. It's just, no, it's stronger than that.
Yeah. It's not exactly over the counter.
I'm learning something new. I didn't know what trucker speed.
I mean, trucker speed and lot lizards. What else do you need, man?
What else did you call it? The hopper? What?
The what?
What was it? The
cross tops.
Cross tops?
Yeah, because it's a little white pill with a little cross on the top of it. Yeah.
See, Ryan knows. I mean, you think Ryan doesn't know stuff? Ryan knows stuff.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
They were diet pills, I think, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time. I've graduated to better things.
Yeah, you have.
Playing the role of KSW's Hunter S. Thompson, Ryan Castle.
You should see my collection of drugs.
Yeah. Seriously, between him and Hair Club,
cross-tops, you can find them in the countertops.
How do you not know that? I'll bet there's a million people texting right now. Like, of course.
Well, you'd have to be a trucker. I mean, Steve and I have never been truckers. What do we know?
I was never a trucker.
I'm going to ask my brother about cross-tops because he is a trucker.
I got to play on a CB radio once. Never heard cross-tops.
Yeah, somebody what the 20 was, come back.
Yeah. I know what the Blue Dolphin is.
Breaker 19, you got a Blue Dolphin and a cross-top. Looking for that.
Or the Supermans.
All right, we're going to go pull an all-nighter.
Yeah, Ryan Castle. He's got a 12-pack of cross-tops for you coming up next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
If you say water, I immediately go for the whiskey.
Yeah.
And if you tell me to take my heels off, I immediately start sprinting in my heels. I'll do exactly the opposite of what you want me to do.
Now I know how to get you the hell away from me.
And you can't exclude her from drinking. When we were in Boston, we took a shot without her, and she found out, started bawling her eyes out, cried.
No, you didn't.
Fell down the steps in front of the bouncer, got kicked out of the bar, and said, "This bitch is kicking me out? Me?"
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at their different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
I'm Erin Ryan, political commentator, comedy writer, and host of Crooked Media's Hysteria.
And I'm co-host Alyssa Mastromonaco, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for President Obama.
Each week on Hysteria, we are joined by a team of hilariously opinionated ladies to discuss the headlines from the serious to the absurd.
We cover everything from reproductive rights to rom-coms and break down the political news of the week and cultural stories that affect women's lives.
New episodes of Hysteria drop every Thursday. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.